Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel, The Sewist. If you're new here, my name is Mayya and I make videos to inspire you to live a life you love. So today's topic will be talking about negative people. Aren't they everywhere? Aren't they getting too much? But hopefully by the end of this video, you know how to deal with them. One of the things I find personally that helps me is just to simply ignore them. Ignore what they say, let it in one ear and out the other. And as well to not take what they say to heart. Because think about it. If they're negative, it's really them, not you. So don't take it personally. It's probably they're going through a difficult time or they're having a bad day and they need just to let it out. And sadly, you're the person they choose. Now, of course, if it's on a regular basis, maybe this person has something against you for some reason. And it is an option. You can confront them and you can say, whatever your name is. I've noticed that you're kind of being very defensive or very negative. Have I done something to upset you? Is there something that you want to talk about? So you go from a kind of concerned place, not from an attacking place, like, hey, what's up with you? Why are you always on my face? I know that sounded kind of, I don't know, been maybe watching too much Netflix, but but anyway, you know what I mean. You don't go from a defensive point of view. You go from a place of concern because you are really concerned. If there's something you've done, you want to know what it is, because I totally hate people who just change on you, like they're talking to you one day and suddenly they're not talking to you anymore and you're thinking, hey, what happened? What did I do? So this what did I do feeling personally, I like to know what I did, because maybe I've done it unintentionally, maybe I didn't mean to. We always, especially as women, we always keep things inside and we always overanalyze. So there's no point in wasting your energy and not knowing why this person is like this towards you. So if it is happening on a continuous basis, then maybe you should take it up with them and just ask them, hey, have I done something wrong? What's wrong? Why are you so negative these days? So there's that option. There's the option of totally ignoring, like just go and just let it go. There's a video I watched where I don't know if you came across this. This was a guy in a car, and he was a taxi driver, and he picks up somebody, like a passenger, and then they start driving, and suddenly they're at an intersection and this guy cuts him off or something like that, and he gets out of the car, not the taxi driver, the one who's in the other car, gets out of the car and starts saying all these swear words and what's wrong with you, and the guy's just, okay, it's okay. The taxi driver's response is, it's okay, don't worry, hey, and the guy was really mad. The other one, sorry if I'm a bad narrator. So the other guy was really mad and defensive. So after that feud ended, the passenger that was with the taxi driver goes, hey, I mean, the guy was swearing at you and saying all these things and you're just like very kind, and why? He says, because it's not about me. It's about him. And sometimes people, when they have all this negative emotion, he's just letting it out. I thought he referred to it like rubbish or throwing it out on the bin. So why do you want to collect people's rubbish or something like that? I really can't find the video, but if I do happen to find it, I'll put a link down below, because it gave me a new perspective, and I thought, that's interesting. The thing that really upsets us is that we take things personally. When somebody says something, try for it not to be personal. Why? Because they don't know you. They don't know where you're coming from. And sometimes people just need to let it out. Now, if it is a family member, now here we get a bit tricky. If it's a very close family member, look, I'm a communicator. I like to talk, hence why I make YouTube videos, but I like to talk. I like for things to be out in the open. I don't like this vague, what's he thinking, I like to talk. Hopefully I talk some sense, not gibberish, because that personally drives me up the wall. Somebody who's just talking for the sake of talking. I talk because I feel I have something to share, whether it be my feelings, my ideas. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So if it was somebody in my family, again, I would go back to confronting them and saying, look, it seems that I've done something because you're always, is this, same approach to a total stranger who's upset you. I would take the same approach. And if that doesn't work, I would just be very civil, like say salam alaikum and alaikum salam, just the small talk, and then just distance myself, because there's no point in me putting myself or being with a person that doesn't want to be with me. I love myself that much to value myself. And if a person doesn't appreciate my company, my time, then it's okay. I am not going to force myself. There are other people that I have in my life that will appreciate my time with them. So I might sound a bit selfish, but it's not my loss, it's theirs, even if it is a family member. I know this might sound a bit like rude, but what's the point of me going somewhere or being around somebody who doesn't want to be? What good am I doing? Am I making them feel good? No. Is it making me feel good? No. So why am I in this situation? So it's the way I would do things. It's basically two things: either ignore what they're doing or communicate. And for me, when you communicate, so for example, let's take the example I just gave you of the family member. So I notice they're being really negative with me. I speak to them and they don't want to speak up, or they're really rude. Then I choose the distance approach. In my conscience, I'm good. Why? Because I already spoke to them. I did try. And everything you have to meet at a middle point. Like you're at one end and the other person is the other end, so you'll go all the way to the middle. You cannot go and grab them and bring them to the middle point. They have to make that effort themselves. And if they're willing to stay there and not come, I am not going to push them, because any relationship is not a forced relationship. So I know this went into a different kind of thing here, but you can't force anyone to do anything. So as long as you did your part and you're good with you, you're good with your conscience and the way you feel, that's what's most important. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, it's all about you. Again, not from a selfish point of view, but from a point that you're doing the right thing. Now, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other tips and suggestions on how to deal with negative people, please share them below, because this is the way I see it, and you guys might have a totally different point of view. And this community is all about sharing and always living a life you love. I shall see you all in the next video, inshallah. And yeah, keep safe and take care. Ma'as salama.